Hi, my name is Rosie, and you might know me on Twitter and Instagram as LaJazzHotBaby, and I'm back here with a new video. So I've decided that I am going to give this booktuber thing a go. It's something I've always wanted to do, and yeah, I'm awkward at first, but I've had it pointed out to me that pretty much everyone is at first, especially when you go back and watch some old booktubers videos, so might as well give it a go. I don't want to do a booktube newbie tag because I've watched them and I've looked at the questions, and it's just talking about yourself, and I don't think that that's just going to go very well for me, which was why my first video was my readathon announcement. But I thought now I'd do something a little bit fun. I've seen people talk about read a chapter tag, so read a few books from your TBR and see how you feel about them. I have an absolutely massive TBR currently. I think the oldest book in it is probably from my birthday in November last year, so it's not too bad, but I need to start reading them. So, I am going to use my handy TBR jar. I am going to pick a title out. As long as it is the first book in a series, I will read the first chapter, and then I will let you know my thoughts on it. And then at the end, I'll let you know whether I am reading or binning these books. Right, is my TBR jar. It's very little, but it has both ebooks, scribed books, well, they're EDA books, but you know what I mean. And as well as my physical books, they're right next to me, so I will pick something out. Let's see, what's the first one? Okay, so the first one is an ebook. I don't know if you can read that. It's a bit blurred, it's not focusing. That's not focusing, but that says, plus my Maximus, Swipe Right for Murder. So that is on my phone, which is here. So I will show you guys the cover, and then I will get reading. So, cover for Swipe Right for Murder. Looks like that. It's very bright. It's a YA queer thriller, I'm pretty sure. So, let's give that a read. Okay, so Swipe Right for Murder. Whoop. I will get that right one day. So it seems alright. It is a queer YA thriller like I thought it was. It focuses on the main character Aiden, who I can't remember exactly what it's about, so I will read you the summary. I probably should have done that beforehand, but here we go. Here we go. Mistaken identity puts a teen for a hookup on the run from both the FBI and a murderous cult. So, you know, he has a hookup. In fact, the hookup app is mentioned within this first chapter. So I'm guessing on this new app he meets someone, mistaken identity. He winds up staying in a hotel room in New York. It's also mentioned in the first chapter that his heart is slightly too large. So as far as he knows at this time, this could be something that kills him, or it could be fine. So I'm guessing it's just sort of him trying to live his life to the fullest. Things happen. He winds up kind of on the run. So yeah, first chapter. Pretty interesting, gets to know the characters, his friends. So I think that is definitely a book that I will be carrying on. So let's move on. The next book is going to be, oh, that's a sequel, so that doesn't count. Forgot to lift the jar up also. There we go. Okay, next book is, that's a sequel again. I'm trying to avoid sequels just because, you know, I'm pretty much know I'm going to read it anyway. They're good, I like the series, so it's fine. Here we go. Next we have Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. I recently read the Fairy edition of Shadows Between Us, and I've read the Daughter of a Pirate King series and enjoyed it. So when I got sent this one from someone on Twitter due to a wishlist post thing, I was very excited to get it. Let me find it and show you. There we go. This was also nearly on my Emblemathon read pile because, dun dun dun, there is a weapon on the cover. Because I got the 7,000 Forests, I think that's what it's called, in a book box, I thought I should read that one first. So I will just read the summary for this one because I'm not sure off the top of my head what it's about. In fact, I wasn't even sure when I put it on my wish list. It looks kind of Viking, but you know I like the author, so sort of I wanted it. So it says, how do you kill a god? As her father's chosen heir, 18-year-old Rasmira has trained her whole life to become a warrior and lead her village. When her coming-of-age trial is sabotaged and she fails the test, her father banishes her to the monster-filled wilderness with an impossible quest. To win back her honour, she must kill the oppressive god who claimed tribute from the villagers each year, or die trying. So, yeah, that sounds pretty good. That's definitely one that I'm sort of excited to read, and again, I kind of expect it to be good because I like the author, but I will give it a test read now, and then I will let you know what I think. So we have Warrior of the Wild. Yeah, again, it seems pretty good. I've had pretty good luck so far, so that's 2 out of the, I think I'm going to do 5 books that I've enjoyed. Basically, this gets straight into a training scene. Rasmira is, you know, she's good. She's basically one of the top marks, and she's complaining about it a little, and it kind of feels a bit like, maybe she's a little bit too perfect. But then a monster attacks, and when the monster attacks, that's when it looks like things are going to start getting interesting, and that's where the chapter ends. So, I think this is a definite, yep, I'm going to continue reading. So, that's good. So, we will move on to the next book. We have, what do I have here? Ah, this is a fairy loot book as well, so I will definitely have to show you my copy. And it's one I wanted to read anyway. It's actually the whole reason that I got that fairy loot box and didn't cancel my subscription. So just in case. This is my very pretty fairy loot edition. Please appreciate it. The underside is grey, but I like the grey, and it has pretty sprayed edges and art. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, the main character in this is poisonous to the touch, and it's inspired more by Persian mythology. And it looks as if on the day of her twin's wedding, she decides she's going to step out the shadows. She meets a demon with knowledge she knows, and a young man who's not afraid of her touching with poison. I think I've also heard something maybe about this being queer. I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh yeah, it says on the back it's queer, subversive, lyrical. So yeah, I'm always here for something queer. So this is sapphic, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it should definitely be good. I will give this a read, and again, I will let you know what I think. So this started with a prologue, and it is a mother telling a daughter a story. It's kind of a little myth about a woman meeting another woman, about women poisoned. So I'm guessing it's sort of hinting at the story a bit. It was quite lyrical, as you kind of expected. Not lyrical as in a typical way, as in it was prose, but it just read quite nicely and magically, sort of thing. And it feels different to kind of how I expected it to begin. I'm not always a huge fan of prologues in books, but again, I'm still excited to read them. Still going to read it, so that is 3 out of 5, which are yeses, so hell yes. Okay. We have, hope I don't get any more ebooks. We don't. We have Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. Again, it's kind of different. I don't really tend to read romance, especially not historical romance, but the plot sounds kind of interesting. It's got good reviews, and I'm trying to widen my reading out a little bit. I'm very anti-romance because they tend to have pointless smutting. I don't like when it's split perspective unless it's like fantasy, so like in a fantasy book with multiple characters, I'm fine with it. If it's something more contemporary, I prefer to stick in sort of one character's mindset, and a lot of the time for it to be first person, though not always. So that is definitely one of my preferences. Why I like chick lit, because that is, again, like a rom-com in book form. But it's solely focused on the woman and her thoughts and her opinions, and my writing as well is more like that because of it. So I'm a bit funny about reading romance, but, you know, I'm sort of trying to widen what I read. So I will just read the back of this one. I will show you the cover again. It's nice and pastel. I also partially got this for Emblemathon because it was another choice for a pretty pastel cover. So, Oxford, 1879, a beautiful blue stocking is about to teach a duke a lesson. Brilliant but destitute, Annabel Archer is one of the first female students at Oxford University. In return for her scholarship, she must recruit influential men to champion the rising women's suffrage movement. Her first target is Sebastian Devereux, cold, calculating, and the most powerful duke in England. When Annabelle and her friends infiltrate his luxurious estate, she's appalled to find herself attracted to the infuriatingly intelligent aristocrat. But perhaps she's not the only one struggling with desire. Soon, Annabelle's locked in a battle with rising passion and a will matching her own. She'll need to learn fast just what it takes to bring down a duke. It seems like it might only be like one character's point of view, so you know, I'm happy to give it a go. It seems kind of interesting. I will give the first chapter a read now. Was a little more Cinderella than I expected. The main character's father seems to have died. She's been working as a maid or a governess or something for her cousin, who now seems to have the property, and she's basically trying to convince him, hey, I've been invited to Oxford, let me go. She's sort of trying to manipulate him. Not sure what I think about this so far, if I'm honest. It wasn't necessarily bad, but also if I picked this up and read that chapter in a shop, I'm not so sure I would buy it. I might then get it from the library. So we'll see. For now, I'm going to say I'm going to keep this and read it, but you know, I will let you guys know in a review when I've read it to let you know what I really think of it. So we are now on to the final book, the fifth book. So here we go. Let's see what we get this time. I've actually got a book I learned about from Bookstagram, actually, from seeing Becca at Becca and the Books talk about this one. And that is The Beckoning Shadow. I'm not sure who it's by off the top of my head. Catherine Blair. I actually got it in the Book Box Club sale along with a very cute candle, which smells adorable. It smells adorable, it smells lovely, called Cinder. But I love this cover and it sounded interesting and it looks so pretty. Look, I like using photos because look at that, it's so white. And also because I bought it from Box Club, I have the signed sticker. So, you know, I don't remember what was said out off the top of my head. I just know I did it to my Goodreads Want to Read because of Becca. And then when I saw I could buy it, I bought it. So this says, Vesper Montgomery can summon your worst fear and turn it into a reality, but she'd rather not. She's learned the hard way that it's an addicting and dangerous power, difficult to control and even harder to understand. One wrong move and you can accidentally hurt someone you love. She's better off alone, thank you very much. But then, a chance encounter introduces Vesper to other people like her, who have special abilities that separate them from your average baseline human. Finding them leads her to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a spot in the Tournament of Unravelling, where competitors battle it out for a chance to rewrite the past. Determined to avoid using her powers, she turns to Sam Hardy, a former MMA fighter who's also carrying a tragedy he desperately wants to undo. However, helping heal Sam's heart will mean breaking her own, and the competition won't let her ignore what's inside her. She will have to master her powers she has been terrified of since they destroyed her life. It sounds very mysterious and interesting. It's kind of paranormally sci-fi sort of thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I will read it now. Oh, wow, okay. I was just like recording myself reading for B-roll and I will still use that as B-roll. But yeah, I've got to record my reaction to it. That actually seems pretty damn interesting. That is an intriguing opening. Like, it's just straight, you should be scared of me, I'm scared of myself, I should have always known there was something different. And I suppose in a way, though, that could be considered kind of cliche, it actually worked really well. It's made me want to read more right now. Unfortunately, I am also reading House of Earth and Blood right now, and I still have a lot to go. I am just about halfway. So I won't be reading this anytime soon. Not until it pops up in a TBR pile, unfortunately. But that, no, I'm not going to lie, that looks so damn good, and I'm really glad I bought it. So, I would say that's a success. 4 of the books I picked from my TBR jar, I most definitely do want to read. There's obviously the 5th, that technically was the 4th book, Bringing Down the Duke, I'm not sure about, but I'm still going to read it. So, well, I guess it's kind of disappointing that I can't empty out my TBR a little bit more. It's so big. I'd lift it up to show you, but it's too heavy. I can't do that. It's just not happening. And I've still got, what, 2 TBR piles currently, plus my pile for Emblemathon and the last 3 books of my current pile. Yeah, I've got a lot to read. That's all for now anyway. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please comment below if you have read any of these books and you want to tell me about them, or maybe let me know if you decide to do this yourself or something. I'm basically tagging anyone who wants to do this. If you've not done it in a while, you've not done it before, it's a great way to start. Thanks for your time, guys.